Hello, my beautiful math students here at Homeschooling Oils. Today, we're going to be talking a little bit about multiplication tables, which we have been, but it's a little thing that I want you to help you see in regards to multiplication tables. I don't know if you realize this, but many times, all the time, when you're doing one multiplication problem, you're actually doing two at the exact same time. We just don't really think about it in that way, but we're actually learning two different sets of timetables at the same time. And so I'm going to show you this so that you can adapt this and apply this to all your other multiplication tables, so you can see that, hey, when I'm learning this multiplication table, I'm actually learning this as well. So when you get to those multiplication facts, you are already be ahead of the game. You already know it. So, but before we get started, you know I have to motivate you here at Homeschooling Oils. So first of all, I want you to know it and I want you to believe it. You are amazingly smart. You are brilliant. And until you learn how to believe in yourself, I have enough belief in my little mind and my little heart for each and every one of you, because I know the stress, the challenges that comes along with math. And I want you to see that math is fun. I didn't always love math. I developed this through homeschooling my children and also being a teacher. I actually teach math now. I would have never thought that I would be a math tutor, a math virtual teacher. I would have never thought that, because guess what? I did not like math when I was growing up, but now I absolutely love it because I can see how easy it is. And so being that I know how it is, to how it can be challenging, from going from a place that, oh, I didn't really like math, to now absolutely loving it, I try to share my love, my zest for math with all of you, because you can do anything when you put your mind to it. So now let's go ahead and debuckle this thing when dealing with multiplication tables. One thing I want you to understand about the beautiful world of multiplication tables, my amazing students here, is that, guess what? When you're learning one multiplication table, you're actually learning two at the exact same time. So once you realize that, it's going to ease up a whole lot of stress. So let me show you exactly what I'm talking about. Say, for example, let's start with our ones. Let's start with our ones timetables. 3 times 1 equals 3, and 1 times 3 equals 3. So as you know, we have factors and we have products or whatever like that. That's just the terminology. But the purpose of this video is to show you, when you're doing your 1 timetables, which will be here, you are actually learning part of your 3 timetables at the exact same time. It's just a simple switcheroo of the numbers. That's all it is. But if you notice, even though the numbers are switched in the problem, the answer still remains the same. So guess what? When you learn your 1 timetables, you're actually learning the opposite multiplication table that you're multiplying that 1 by. So if this was 1 times 5 equals 5, you're actually learning what 5 times 1 is as well. Let's do it again without using ones. Let's use let's see. 2 times 5. 2 times 5 is 10. But guess what? You have just learned your multiplication in your 5 timetable, because 5 times 2 is also 10. See the difference? It's only a switch of the digits. You're just switching the digits, but the answer always remains the same. So you're actually learning 2 multiplication facts at the exact same time. That's what I want you to see. That's why I love multiplication tables, because you're doing 2 things at one time and you may not even realize it. And the thing that stresses most of us out, and children and adults, is that we do not realize that we're doing 2 things at one time. And when we leave and we master 2 timetables and then we go on to a multiplication fact that gives us a little bit of stress and anxiety, we say, oh, I have to learn all of those over. 9 times out of 10, you have already learned those previous timetables when you was doing your previous multiplication facts. You just have to switch your mind and look at the similarities. Let's do it again. Let me show you how this is so transitional with any type of multiplication fact. Well, that's not a good example. Let's see. When you're learning your 3 timetables, you're saying 3 times 8 is 24, but then you get all the way down to your 8 timetables later on, and you say 8 times 3. Oh, I know times 3 is? Yes, you do know what 8 times 3 is because you have already learned what 3 times 8 is. So being that you already learned what 3 times 8 is, you already know what 8 times 3 is because both equal the same thing, 24. And that's it. Easy peasy. I want you to try this for yourself. I want you to see how easy it is to learn more than one mathematical fact at one time. Like 4 times 9 equals 36, right? But 9 times 4 equals 36 as well. Same answer, just the numbers are switched around. So when you learn this with your 4 times tables, what 4 times 9 is equals 36, you have also learned what 9 times 4 is, which is 36. So that is the beauty of multiplication tables. A simple switch around of your numbers in the front does not change your answer at the end. Did I just tell you a little hint? So it's just a beautiful, amazing way of doing 2 things at the exact same time. So just imagine we are in our 3 times tables right now, and we said 3 times 7 is 21, right? Now, what other timetable have you already learned because you already know what 3 times 7 is? You have already learned 7 times 3, which is 21. So when you get to your 7 times tables, you already know this answer. You have already mastered it because you already know what 3 times 7 is in your 3 times tables. Same thing in your 7 times tables. It's just a simple switch of the digits. This applies to all your multiplication tables. So never ever get tripped up in regards to where your timetable falls on, whether it fall up on the 7, 6, 5, 4, 10, whatever the case may be. You can see how it's just a simpler duplication and changing or flipping the digits here, and it's going to still remain the same answer at the end. So that's why I absolutely love multiplication. You're always learning 2 things at one time. 2 things at one time. So when you master one, you automatically master the other. So congratulations, you have just found out the hidden gem, the hidden secret on how it's going to totally maximize your multiplication skills, because you know when you learn one multiplication table, you're actually learning 2 at the same time. So no longer do you have to be stressed about math, because when you learn one, you learn the other with multiplication tables. It's a win-win situation. That's why I love multiplication. So I will talk to you guys later. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.